Okay, Dan the Natural Man Show. Alright, today I want to talk about things that you can do today to improve your health. Whether you are in pretty good health or whether you are in bad health today, implementing some of these steps into your life will improve your health either way. If you have good health, your health will get better. If you have bad health, your health will get better. So, without further ado, let's get started. The first one is diet, because diet is the most powerful thing that you can do to be healthy. It is the most important thing. And we've been lied to for a lot of years that meat, dairy, and eggs are health foods. They are not health foods. If you look at the research now, if you look at the studies, you will realize that meat, dairy, and eggs are some of the things that are leading to our chronic diseases, such as heart attacks and strokes that are still rampant. Why are people having them? Because they're eating too much meat, dairy, and eggs. Because these foods can cause inflammation within our bodies. They can cause our bodies to clog up the arteries. It helps clog the arteries. These foods alter our gut. It messes with our gut, and gut health is severely important to be healthy. So, what should you eat? You need to get most of your diet from raw fruits and vegetables. The more raw fruits and vegetables that you eat, the healthier you will become. Also, good foods are sprouts, raw nuts and seeds, a little bit of good whole grains, organic if possible. And you need to either eliminate or greatly reduce your intake of meat, dairy, and eggs. You can take, if you say, I don't want to totally give up my meat or whatever, look to China. They've always used meat as a spice to their dishes. They eat just a little bit. They add into a dish to make it taste better. So you should be getting at least 90%. At least 90% of your diet should come from unprocessed plant foods. Broccoli, kale, apples, bananas, mangoes. You get the point. Fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, legumes and whole grains. 2, water. We need to make sure that we're getting adequate hydration every day. And it is also good to look at what type of water that you're drinking. The tap water today is just full of toxins. We have pollutants from industries. We have bacteria and viruses that live in the water. It is best to get a good water filter at home. I prefer, and I teach that distilled water is the best water, because distilled water truly is the cleanest water you can get. If you decide to do distilled water, I recommend putting some lemon juice in your water, or some apple cider vinegar, and a little bit of sea salt. But reverse osmosis is good, and there are some other, one pitcher out today, it's called Zero Water. This water filter pitcher does a very good job, so that's another thing you can look into, especially if your budget is a factor. So make sure you're drinking at least, you would take your body weight, divide it in half. So if you weigh 180, you'll drink at least 90 ounces of water a day. Now, if you exercise and sweat, you need to drink more than that, but you need to make sure that you stay adequately hydrated. This is very important. Number 3, we're going to look at exercise. We all need to exercise more. I know. Some of us don't like to exercise. But we need to do a balanced exercise routine. Now this means that we need to do some strength training, we need to do cardiovascular training, and we need to do stretching. The strength training can be anything from calisthenics to barbells and dumbbells and kettlebells to resistant bands. Whatever you like to do, you should do that. Make sure you work your muscles adequately. Cardiovascular exercise, walking is wonderful. Cycling, swimming, playing basketball, playing tennis, playing racquetball, whatever it is you like to do. You need to make sure you find a type of exercise that you like to do, or you will stop doing it. And then the last component of fitness is flexibility, whether it's yoga or just basic stretching. I would recommend doing stretching exercises at least 3 days a week. The strength training can be done 2 to 3 days a week, and the cardio should be done at least 3 to 5 days per week. And you do not have to kill yourself. You don't have to go to the gym and live in there to be healthy and have a good body. That is old news. Actually, it's shown now that the shorter exercise sessions are actually better for the health. So, another thing that we need to look at from an herbalist perspective is detoxification. I know that you hear in the media that detoxification is a fad and our liver can already take care of itself and it doesn't need any help. This may have been true 200 or 300 years ago, but today we are living in a toxic bowl of soup. I mean, there's toxins everywhere, and our organs of elimination are getting backed up and they're getting strained, and they cannot take care of the load that we're taking on. So I recommend to periodically do detoxifications. Every 3 months, detox your kidneys or detox your liver and gallbladder. And it's also very important when we're talking about detoxification to make sure that your bowels are working properly. What does this mean? It means that we should have at least 2 to 3 bowel movements per day. And they need to be easy bowel movements. And a healthy bowel, it looks like it almost has a soft serve ice cream consistency. And if this makes you not want to eat soft serve ice cream anymore, I'm sorry, but this is when you know that you're getting enough fiber in your diet and enough water. And when you do this, it makes your bowel movements very easy. And if you need help, there are some great herbs out there that can help get your bowels going. And no, they are not habit forming. Herbs are not drugs. Herbs are natural. They do not cause dependency like chemicals. One good way to detox the body is to go on an all 100% raw food diet for a month. That will get you going. And make sure, I talk about raw food a lot, make sure you're getting raw juices as well. Raw juices are very healing to the body. They are a tremendous source of nutrition, and they go right into the bloodstream. Your body can digest raw juice within 15 minutes. It is in your bloodstream and going where it needs to go. So periodic detoxification, and always make sure your bowels are going 2 to 3 times per day. If they stop, up your water, up your fiber, maybe even get some bowel herbs. But always monitor your bowel habits and make sure they stay consistent. Another type of exercise that a lot of us do not pay attention to is deep breathing. Deep breathing is very, very important because our body, every cell in the body needs oxygen to function properly. And these exercises are simple. They can be done 10 minutes. Once or twice a day. You just simply sit in your chair and make sure your spine is straight and inhale and exhale. And you can do this for 10 minutes, and it's also very relaxing to the body. Which brings me to my next point. You need to find a system that helps you deal with your daily stress, whether it's meditation, whether it's deep breathing, whether it's prayer. It's very important to believe in a higher power. I'm not going to sit here and tell anybody what they should believe, but studies have shown that people who believe in a higher power and people who pray regularly have less sickness and live longer than people who are non-believers. So it's very important, and meditation is something that I get into, and it's something new to me, but just 10 minutes a day, just sitting in a chair, paying attention to your breath and clearing your mind can work wonders for you, especially if you have anxiety and depression. I mean, there's all kinds of resources out there to find out about these things. I mean, YouTube has a lot of meditation videos you can just watch and use. Another thing that is very important is to use medicinal herbs daily. You need to learn about these herbs. I mean, one of them I talk about a lot is garlic. It needs to be in the diet daily, and raw onions. And there are other herbs that you can use daily in your daily life that can not only keep you healthy, but if you're unhealthy, can bring you back to health. Now these herbs were known about, our ancestors knew about all these herbs, and they would use them, regularly to stay healthy. And it's something we all need to get back to. I mean, there's great herbs, cayenne pepper, garlic, hawthorn berries, echinacea to help our immune system. There's so many herbs that we could use in our daily lives that could greatly improve our health and protect our health. Because we live in one of the sickest societies probably in the history of the world. We need to get back to nature. We're doing something totally wrong, and we're not living by the natural rules anymore. Another thing we need to pay attention to is how we perceive ourselves and how we think of ourselves. And we need to pay attention to the thoughts that we have. Negative self-talk is very detrimental to our health and our well-being and our overall happiness. You need to work on positive self-talk. If you get a negative thought in your mind, you need to practice on, as soon as it comes in, replace it with a positive thought. Now this can be, it's going to take practice to do this, but over time, if you practice this enough, it will become second nature to you. There's plenty of evidence now, and it should be common sense, that negative emotions and negative thoughts absolutely dictate how healthy we are. Whether you believe this or not, it is true. Persons of negative beliefs are usually sicker, and people who are more positive are healthier. You have to be grateful in this life. Be grateful for everything that you have and for all the people in your life that love you. Which brings me to the next point. If you do not like your life for whatever reason, whether you hate your job, whether you're in an abusive relationship, I don't care what it is, you need to find a way to change it. Because life is short, and we need to live the life that we want to live, the life that makes us want to wake up in the morning. That's one of the reasons why I make these health videos, because this is the thing that I love. I love to teach natural healing. I love to help people get better. And whatever it is that you like to do, you need to find a way to start doing it. And don't quit. Sometimes it might seem like it's never going to become true in your life, but you just have to keep going, keep digging. Don't give up. Another thing is, you need to express yourself. You need to be the person that you truly want to be, the person that's deep inside you, the person that wants to spring about. You need to be that person. It is scary at first, it really is, because there's a lot of negative people out there and they want to rain on your parade. But you cannot pay attention to that. You have to live the life that you want to live. We only get one life as far as I know. And you need to live the way you want to live. Okay, so another thing we need to pay attention to are our clothes. Believe it or not, a lot of the clothes now have a lot of toxins in them. And our skin is a highly absorbable organ. And so, now this is a hard one, but we need to look into getting clothes that are natural, like clothes made out of cotton and wool, things like that. And it's better if we can get organic clothes. Now, I don't have all organic clothes either, but it's something that we can buy here and there, and eventually we'll have a whole wardrobe. And you need to also pay attention to, while we're on this subject, the things that you use, like deodorants, toothpaste, soaps, laundry detergents. If you're using these chemical versions like Tide or Colgate or any of this, you need to pay attention that these things do have toxins in them and chemicals in them that can be detrimental to our health. So you need to look at this and start to switch over to more natural products, more natural deodorants, natural toothpaste, more natural detergents. Some of the detergents, you may even find that making your own detergent is probably the best way to get away from the chemicals. Because even some of the natural detergents, I'm not completely convinced that they're as natural as they make them out to be. But there are a lot of recipes online where you can make your own soaps to wash your clothes with, so you might want to look into that. Because not only do we need to detox the body, but we need to make sure that we eliminate as many toxins coming in as possible. Another thing we need to pay attention to is we do not need to dwell on our past, and we need to forgive people that we think have wronged us. You need to let go of resentment and hate. You need to let go of negative experiences that you have went through in the past. These things are built up, they build up in the body as emotions, and this can cause disease states. And we need to let go of these things. There's a lot of great protocols you can use. One good protocol is a system called Emotion Code. It'd be good to find an Emotion Code practitioner. My wife is actually one of them. And another good, what is it called? I think it's I don't know, emotional freedom technique, I believe, or biofeedback. Any of these things that can help you forgive people. I know it's hard, no matter what they may have done to you. If you haven't forgiven them, you're only hurting yourself. You're not hurting them. It's hurting you. You have to let go. If you still dwell on something that someone did to you, that person is still hurting you. So you need to let go of it. And I know there's a lot of us that went through a lot of bad things. You may even need a counselor, whatever it takes. You need to let go of these things if they are, causing you harm and depression and sadness. And I probably already touched on it, but we need to relax every day. We need to find at least 10 to 20 minutes every day that we can just find a quiet room and relax and clear our minds. And just breathe it away. Now, this list is, if you think it's long and confusing, just remember that slow and steady wins the race. You could pick one thing on this list that you want to try and use that one thing for a month or two and see how it affects your life and your health. And then once you get used to that, you could pick another thing. And there's a lot more than just on this list, but I don't want to make a 2-hour video. But to sum it up, make sure your food program is plant-based. Make sure your bowels are working properly. Make sure you're getting plenty of water and plenty of good juices. Make sure you're doing exercise that you love to do. Make sure you are letting go of your emotions, or working on letting go of your emotions toward other people, toward negative self-talk. Just doing those things will make a tremendous difference in your life. So if this video has helped you and you like the video, like and share. Subscribe to my channel. Check out my page, danthenaturalman.com. And remember, until next time, keep it natural.